Your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. And this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Boy, what a afternoon, evening. Opio Festival. We got Dojacat news. We got Mariah Carey, aka Mimi news. Of course, Nicki Minaj and Drizzy Drake, Beyonce. Let's get into it. Now we're going to start off with your girl Dojacat. Now Dojacat, she's been, people have been coming down on Dojacat asking her, is she okay? Asking her what's going on, with the shaved head and, basically trying to make sure she's not crying out for help. We're going to give you a listen to what Dojacat said, then we're going to come back and unpack it.
Okay, first off, I don't care, if there's strangers or, fans or, people who are like, what's wrong with her, or, you're so weird, or, stuff like that, you need help and you need therapy, stuff like that. It's that's already insensitive, but it's when it comes from someone that isn't in my personal life that I don't, hold value to, I don't really care. It might annoy me, but I don't usually care. But when it's someone who's personal to me, basically, okay, what happened was I got 2 DMs today from people who I never speak to, who I have no deep personal relationship with, but they were in my life, and they hit me up out of nowhere at around the same time, and they both are hey, how are you? Do you need anything? How are you feeling? And I'm great, thanks. I appreciate it. And I told them what was going on. I have puppies, and I'm, working out, and I'm hanging out. And one of them, even after the whole conversation, letting them know how I am, they were that's all cool, but are you feeling all right? And I'm just...
In other words, what she was trying to say is there was people who hasn't hit her up in years, and it just seemed as though they would just hang up to try to be nosy to find out what was going on with her, because she's just seeing her shaving her head and making poses like this. Now, she wants to show everyone that she's fine. Does this look like the face of a woman that's fine? I mean, look at this picture. What would be the reason for her? And she does this a lot. Makes these, these incredibly ugly faces. And this is the face of that you people were saying that black men are just mad because she don't want the BBC. That? Well, trust me. No, we're not. We're happy she don't want the BBC. Trust me. Like I said, Dojacat very talented, but she is not the most attractive woman in the world. And at least not to me. I know a lot of guys think she's attractive. Women be talking about how she's such a bad chick, this, that, and the other. But again, there is something going on with Dojacat, whether it's some sort of spiritual, ritualistic, some symbolism, some Masonic rituals. Something is going on with her with the shaving of the head. You see that a lot. Now this woman, her name is myTea, and she's saying that Dojacat is pretty much biting her swag. Bit her swag, bit her style. She's saying, Dojacat sees me all the time, and all she's ever done is be mean to me at parties. But then she wants to steal my whole entire being. So she went on a couple of, Twitter rants, and was basically stating how she knows Dojacat. She said she went to stole my complete embodiment. And she said her new name is Copycat. So her name is myTea, And that's what she's saying, that she's supposed to be a pop star, whatever. I've never heard of her. But according to people in the comments, Dojacat knows her. She's an old friend of Dojacat. I don't know how close. Probably somebody she used to hang out with. And she said Dojacat, every time she sees her, she's terribly mean to her, but then she wants to end up looking like her. So let me know what you think of that. Have you ever heard of this I Am Key? And do you think she's on to something? Do you think Dojacat saw her style and was like, hey, nobody knows her, so she's not popping, so I'm just gonna take this. Thank you very much for that swag. But let me know down in the comments, what you think about it. Moving on to the Young Money reunion, and what did I tell you? All right, before we get into this, do you people want to apologize to Drake now or after the video? Here's a picture of Drake and Nicki Minaj, the one that all of these YouTubers and all of these conspiracy theorists, Nicki fans, tried to say Drake was trying to sabotage. So the Young Money reunion started a little late. However, everyone was satisfied. Nicki, Wayne, Drake back on the stage. Even Mac Main was in the building with a couple of other people originally from Young Money. Drake throws praises upon Nicki Minaj, said these bitches out here can't mess with Nicki. What's on their mind? It's unheard of. He was showing Nicki all sorts of love, giving Nicki her flowers, giving Wayne his flowers. I mean, you could take a listen to Drizzy Drake praising Wayne and Nicki.
I'm standing on stage with the greatest rapper of all time. And I'm standing on stage with the other greatest rapper of all time. She's over there with the pink hair. By the way, are these bitches serious? They cannot fuck with, nobody can fuck with Nicki. I don't even know why this on my nerves. It's like the originator, it starts here, ends here, all that shit. Boss man, can I do one?
I just want to be sure that I don't get copyright or copy struck or whatever. But you heard Drake giving praise to Lil Wayne, giving praise to Nicki Minaj. He said, these bitches serious. Nobody can F with Nicki. Should be getting on my nerves. It starts here and ends here with Nicki. Just giving her ultimate praise. Ultimate praise. And this pretty much confirms the tea that my man from OVO left me. When I asked him the other day, what is Nicki and Drake's relationship like now? And he said, at this moment, it's best, it's as good as it's been in a long time. They are able to transition over to, not only a great friendship, but a good business relationship. You see, they're not able to cuddle and be flirty and this, that, and the other. Nicki's a married woman with a child. Drake has a child. They're in two totally different places where they used to be. They now pay each other for their performance. Nicki got paid for this performance. This is Drake's festival, where it may not have been like that in the past. In the past, they did festivals and Wayne paid them. But now, it's Drake's festival. Drake pays a performance fee to Nicki Minaj. It's more professional now. If Drake goes and does a feature for Nicki Minaj, he's gonna charge her now. It's totally different. But I told people, they're fine. They are fine. So Drake was not trying to sabotage Nicki Minaj. I told y'all, stop listening to these stupid bloggers. They don't know what they're talking about. They're trying to catch a conspiracy theory and give you some sort of crazy theory that is not true. Drake and Nicki are fine. Here's Drake talking about the Barbz.
Mama Bear, we used to turn up, we used to rap together and shit.
What?
And I was like, yeah, come over at I have an opening from 3:30 to 3:45. I'd like to play you some of my album and like. Why does
You
that
know
have to be
something,
like that?
everybody, I want to just
I've been
say
good with this filter right here.
it's not a filter. It's how we like,
What's
how
up to
I look
all-
in real
what's up to-
life.
What's up to all the Barbz, though? Shout out to the Barbz. Fuck with y'all, always showing me love. There was a time. Now, there was a time.
No, don't go there, okay?
You know how sticky it gets. There was a time.
Y'all, anyway, this is Drake. We love you. The Barbz love you. But
And there you have it. So a lot of people asking, okay, Heaven, what now? What happens next? And as I said before, I believe you can look forward to Drake being on Nicki Minaj's next project. I was also hearing that there's a possibility that Nikki has a collaboration with Drake on Scary Hours. All right, and I would not rule out, this was supposed to happen, remember it was supposed to happen a couple of years ago with the COVID. The Young Money reunion, the Young Money tour, was supposed to happen a couple of years ago. You know, remember when Wayne had to get Nicki and Drake on the same page when they were beefing or what have you? And Wayne wanted to get them on the same page. They were going to do the Young Money reunion tour, but then the COVID kicked in, so it's still a good possibility that that could happen. If that does happen, that will be probably the biggest rap tour in the history of rap. I'll move on to Mariah Carey because the word is Mariah Carey is not happy that she was not included in Beyonce's remix. Now, there's a page called Mariah Universe, and usually Mariah with these fan pages, she usually is very hands-on, and she gets a lot of clearances from, you know, she doesn't want pages posting stuff where people are going to be like, oh, Mariah, you know, you let this go through. So Mariah usually looks at certain fan pages to make sure that they're posting stuff that's appropriate. So they posted their little Break My Soul. And they were like, these women were, you know, very, you know, highly responsible for, you know, the culture and what have you. And they had Tina Turner up there. They had Natalie Cole, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, I think Brandy's up there, right? So they were pretty much putting up all of you know, all of the women that Beyonce did not include in her song. Right? So I would have to look. Gladys Knight, I see. Right? So Dionne Warwick. So women that did not get mentioned in the Beyonce remix with Madonna. So let me know what you think of those people down there. This was coming from a page called Mariah Universe. I'm not saying that Mariah Carey had anything to do with that, but I'm sure she saw it. If she had an issue with it, she'd pull it down. But from what I heard, you know, she's not, of course, Mariah's not going to make a big deal about it, but she thought her and Beyonce were on the cool side. Not great friends, never been great friends. But she thought she would at least got mentioned because, you know, when you start talking about divas and people who gave back to this culture, don't leave Mariah out. Mariah will tell you. Mariah will tell you, I'm the greatest. I'm one of the greatest to ever do it. Might be the greatest. And what? Mimi gonna tell you, I'm one of the greatest to ever do it. Maybe even the greatest. So for her not to be included on that, boy, I know she was hot. But let me know what you think of that list right there. Do you think that Beyonce got it right? Or do you think Beyonce should have included Mariah Carey? Let me know what you think down in the comments about all of the topics. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. I'll catch you on the next one.